Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here. All right, we've got another Merch by Amazon YouTube Live interview for you guys. And I've got Daniel from Toronto, and he is killing it. He's also a fellow Canadian. He's killing it right now in merch. And we are going to be talking Q4 strategies, Christmas season, what he's doing, and that whole thing. And I've got Auret, as usual, behind the scenes. She's going to be taking your questions. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat, the live chat, and then she'll forward them over to me. So Daniel, why don't you introduce yourself, let people know how you found merch and what's going on with you.
Hi, so my name is Daniel. I live here in Toronto. I found merch roughly at the beginning of it, which was almost like 2 years ago, I think. So yeah, I signed up not really thinking much about the program. I was definitely into the e-commerce stuff. I was trying to, start my own business. I was looking into Amazon, and that's where I kind of stumbled upon merch. I uploaded a few designs, and then after, couple of months, I was getting some money into my bank account, and then I ended up figuring out it was from Merch by Amazon, and that's where I kind of just started this whole journey of, putting a lot more of my time and effort into this platform.
Cool. So first couple of things I usually ask a new person that I'm interviewing is, what tier are you on now?
I'm at 2,000.
2,000. That's crazy. And how many shirts up do you have right now?
I have a little over 1,500.
And are you able to keep up with the daily uploads?
No, because right now I can upload 40, and on a good day I'll probably upload 20.
Yeah.
So I'm averaging. I always try to get a minimum of 10. If I'm dedicated and working on that day, because there are days I don't do any. But on average, a minimum of 10 designs a day I try to upload.
Yeah, even like 20, like even if we have them all prepped, because we have this system where, the design is created and then we have the title and the bullet points all ready to go. Even if you have all that ready to go, doing 20 like takes a pretty good amount of time, and it is quite tedious. So yeah, I've been lately, because of what season we're in, I've been trying to do 20 a day, but it's very time consuming for sure. So let's get into Q4 talk strategies. Everyone wants to know, do you have a strategy going into Q4? And if so, what is the strategy?
I don't really have a set strategy. What I do, encourage most people is just to fill up their slots as much as possible, right? Everybody has a limited time, skill, and all these things. So, I'm trying to push myself to get those 20 designs a day when possible. My strategy with that is kind of building templates with the design. So, having a kind of a template to build on, and with that design, you can come up with more designs, right? So let's say if I do something related to the dog niche with Halloween, I can kind of build a template of a design with that niche in mind, and then swap the dog. So first I'll do like a chihuahua
with something else,
and then a pit bull t-shirt. So these kinds of stuff.
Okay.
And then let's say let's do Christmas. So I'll build a template about the Christmas theme, and then maybe I'll just change. I'll put a reindeer first, and then Santa. Maybe we'll put them together, but kind of have that template ready to go, where I don't have to consistently pick a font, consistently pick a background image, or the layout, spacing. It's kind of already set. I just swap the content. The lettering is different, or the image is something different, but the overall look is good. And when I build these templates, you'll see that some of them are selling. So I'll go back and maybe switch it up to a different niche, have that same text, see if it works, if I can make it into a different niche, right? So, just trying to also improve my graphic design skills. That's my real main focus now. Like, I used to work as a graphic designer several years back, and I haven't been doing it until Merch by Amazon. I got introduced to Merch by Amazon. So I'm kind of start learning again my graphic, my skills. So I'm pretty much excited about that. Just like learning more about Illustrator, more about Photoshop, and yeah, just filling up those slots as much as I can.
Do you think that you have an advantage because you were previously had graphic design as a background?
I do have an advantage, but I also know that there are people that don't have these skills and they just have, I don't know, they just know what cool phrase to put on a t-shirt or what's trending popular. And I'm pretty sure they're outselling me and they don't have that design background, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that it's an advantage, but but it shouldn't hold other people back that don't have this advantage, because I am sure there are other people, no design skills. They either have a good marketing or they have a friend, or they just know how to put funny sayings, clever sayings on a t-shirt. And they're doing really well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like for instance, we don't have the graphic design skills like that you have, but we do know how to do SEO and keywords and titling, and we know how to sell. So that's where we can pick it up. But even if you didn't have any of that, it's totally like you can learn how to do it. Like because you were doing FBA before too as well, right?
Yeah. I kind of started both things almost at the same time. So I was learning a bit about fulfillment by Amazon and sending packages to the warehouse. But all this was just as fresh as when I was doing Merch by Amazon. So both of them I was pretty much learning at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I would say this is easier compared to FBA or anything else actually I've done online. The learning curve is a lot easier with Merch by Amazon for someone who doesn't have any skill at all.
Yeah, I completely stopped doing FBA. I might get into it in fourth quarter, but I like when I was doing it, sending at least a package every month. I was trying to do, but now I haven't sent anything for like over 6 months. And
yeah, same. Usually it's the Q4 season is when I get back into FBA and sending in products because that's when it really picks up here in Canada. So that's mainly when I do it. But we're wanting to focus more on merch for sure. So we got a couple of questions here from Dawn. Let me just get down here. Okay, so she says, I would love to know what you guys are doing to weed through all the current Christmas designs to make sure that yours are unique. So that's the first part of the question. And then she says, what is your process for checking sure that there are no copyright or trademark issues? What is the most reliable way to do this? Thanks, everyone. Looking forward to the broadcast. Love seeing fellow Canadians kicking the shit out of making money online. Awesome. She's from Saskatchewan.
So my process of kind of combating copycats, is that the question?
Like, how do you make sure your designs are unique? Christmas designs, because like everyone's going to be putting up Christmas designs. And what is your process for making sure there are no copyright or trademark issues for those designs?
I don't go too crazy with all this kind of stuff. I'm trying to, I don't know, find a unique. I kind of just do my own thing. I do very minimum research, and with the trademark stuff, a lot of the stuff I'm trying to focus more on graphics. So almost eliminating the need to have phrases or stuff that are trademarked. And there's also a lot of fear with the trademark thing. Like some people say, "Oh, Halloween is trademarked. Trick or treat is trademarked."
Halloween is trademarked?
Like, but on the like, people, say these things, and then people think you can't use these words, or Christmas. So I don't dig into UPSTO, is it called, or the trademarkia. I do very research. I'm trying to focus more on doing graphics. Like I'm geared more towards the graphic stuff for T-shirts, and so not much sayings. And if I do have a saying, it's something very basic, like Happy Halloween or Merry Christmas. So I don't go, into movie phrases and stuff like that. I kind of switched away from that because when I was starting off, I was doing a lot of the text-based T-shirts, so a lot of sayings, a lot of quotes. And as I saw people get banned or having issues with trademarks, I kind of geared more towards doing graphics and having the text and stuff very minimal. Or very simple, or having something that will totally not be trademarked, or at least I'm hoping, because you can never be 100% sure. So I do look into it, but I don't spend too much time. As to make it unique, it's kind of hard because we're all influenced by each other, right? And it's just trying to, you'll have your good days, you'll have your bad days where you come up with some creative, cool idea to do. And yeah, it's hard to be 100% unique, I think. There's a saying, almost everything's been done already. But you just kind of have to try your best and stand out. Trying to stand out, and even just me improving my graphic art skills, right? I'm trying to improve it. And in this way, I'm also trying to stand out between all these designs, right? So it's almost like a little competition of who can do the best Christmas T-shirt, the funniest Christmas T-shirt, right? And if you just kind of copy someone or just do the same phrases, you're going to be, you're going to be competing in a, very similar T-shirts, right? It's going to be a hard competition. Instead of going something a lot different and trying to find something very unique, I think you'll have more success, but it does take more time to come up with something cool that makes sense and that, just pops up, right? It's easier to just go into, a lot of what I do is go into Pinterest and trying to find designs that are cool and see if I can switch it up into some different niche. I just wanted to have that look, or I'm inspired by these bright colors, the color scheme. So bring that over and try to do something similar in a different niche. So I can, it's kind of going to be a bit unique, but maybe the layout or the color isn't unique, but hopefully the concept is unique, right? It's hard to just kind of, do something totally 100% unique and have it sell really well. So I know a lot of good artists and a lot of, people are very talented in creating things. But sometimes that uniqueness gets lost if it doesn't have a message or it doesn't, it doesn't get identified. Sometimes we overthink these things, especially for a T-shirt. I think it just has to be very simple, to the point, and clean.
I agree. So that's kind of the same thing that we do, is we don't go too crazy into the trademark and the sayings and all that. We try to think of just get inspiration from looking around or Pinterest or just almost anything that I see in the real world I can get inspiration from. And then just coming up with a new design, because if I go and try and look at what everyone else is doing, it kind of gets me a little bit messed up because I'm like, oh, that one's already been done, that one's already been done. So I kind of just think of it in my head completely randomly, and then create it from there, so that it's more likely going to be an original design. So that's how you do your graphics. How do you do your titles and your bullet points?
I keep it very simple. Sometimes I use a brand for, consistent brand for the branding, I guess. For the title, I basically describe the T-shirt, how it is.
Do you do any research software?
No, I don't use too much software tools. No. I'm sure they're amazing, but I think I would just waste too much time in looking at graphics, tools. I just want the designs out there as quick as possible so I can upload the next one. So I don't think of it too much. I try to put as much keywords as possible. You know, just going through it, thinking about it. You know, like pretty much describe the T-shirt, who it might be for, what they might like as well, right? So say I'm doing something about hunting, they might also like, you know, camping, hiking, sports. So you know, just kind of keep it simple. Don't really look into tools too much. The only thing that I kind of would recommend anybody looking for tools would be Merch Informer, which I found it really cool. Like, you know, a lot of neat stuff they have. But overall, no, I don't really put too much time in coming up with the keywords. But I do the effort. I just research the effort. Like, you know, I don't research the content. I just think about it, make it simple, what I would like to see on a page, right?
So I guess you put yourself in the customer's perspective. Okay, how would I find this shirt as a customer? What kinds of, I guess, simple things would I be typing into the Amazon search, that type of thing?
Right. As much content as much I try to fill it up as much as I can, but I don't overthink it.
Cool. Very, very simple strategy. And you're at the 2000 tier, and you've been doing this for about 2 years, you said? Cool. Is this the main thing that you do online? Do you have anything else going on?
Well, this is the main income I'm receiving from online. I'm also doing the other POD platforms like Redbubble, Teespring, TeePublic, and I've signed up for a few other ones. The one I've been getting consistent sales is Redbubble. The only problem with Redbubble is I do mostly stickers. So it's like 20 cents here, 20 cents there, 40 cents here. It does add up, and occasionally I get a T-shirt and a pillow. So it's good. I've had a few sales in TeePublic. I had a Shopify store. What I was trying to do, I switched it up and trying to do an affiliate Shopify store. And I also have a YouTube channel where I'm hopefully growing that thing. And what else? So I do try a lot of things, and I think that's something good, and it's something bad because I'm into too many things. So sometimes I don't focus on one thing.
Very easy to do. With the Shopify, you said you tried to do an affiliate, so you were grabbing other people's T-shirt links and putting them in your Shopify store and then driving traffic?
Yeah, so I mix it up with other people's and my own designs. It kind of makes sense, I guess. Trying to build up a store with that. Before I was doing drop shipping with the Shopify store, so I was working with Printful, and then running ads, advertising around Facebook, and then doing that. But I wasn't seeing, I was getting a few sales here and there, but the whole customer service was something to deal with. It takes a lot of the time, and I really wanted to create and design things and not worry too much about customer service. So even though I was making a little bit of money, I was like, no, I don't want to deal with customers. I'd rather just come up with designs and learn, Illustrator and Photoshop a bit better.
Cool. Okay, let's go on to the next question here from Alexander. He says, could you ask him how much he paid influencers on Instagram? So you use that strategy. Did you ever pay anyone on Instagram?
The only thing I've ever paid for was on Facebook. But no.
Facebook?
Yeah.
No Instagram influencers?
No Instagram. Facebook.
Yeah, I haven't done Instagram as well.
Facebook, I tried a couple of times. I think I still have a lot to learn on that advertisement. So I wouldn't say I was good at it. So what I do like, and I do see that I'm getting traffic, is from Pinterest. So you can see when people click and when they the impressions and stuff like that. So I do like Pinterest. I might in the future spend money on Pinterest. I'm not sure, but I'm not fully focused on advertisement as much. I do try here and there. I've also tried to do the AMS ads, but because I'm located in Toronto, I had an issue with signing up with that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I tried to do the whole process of signing up, and then I had to pick my location, and I didn't have an option for Toronto or Canada. So I was like, oh, and I didn't have an option to pick a country. I think it was just the USA. So I didn't try that out. I do, with Instagram, I do my own posts. I use what is it, Place It. So I get posts on Place It, and I do use that, and I like using that. So I just upload a image and Place It. They put it in a model, and then I shoot it up on Instagram.
Cool. Okay, so another question here. They are asking, you described the other print-on-demand platforms that you use, right? Like Redbubble, TeePublic, things like that. Which ones do you recommend, and do you base your choice on Alexa rankings? Like, do you base it on, I guess, the volume of people that go on the site?
Yeah. I did initially look at Alexa rankings, but at the end of the day, you just have to look at if you're getting sales or not. So I've been getting sales with Redbubble, and it's been really consistent. And I would recommend most people to Redbubble. TeePublic, I've had a few sales here and there, and Teespring. So with Teespring, I don't really get almost anything. It's like once a month, once every 2 months. So it's nothing I would spend too much time in. I really like Redbubble and TeePublic, to be honest. And Sunfrog is good if you have like a following, like a Facebook page and all that, because the marketers get most of the money, and you as an artist get, I don't know, maybe $1 or $2 from what the marketer might get, $4. So I am also building Facebook pages, and I can see that because when I also have a Facebook page where I drive my traffic to Sunfrog, and you can see the difference of what you would make as a marketer and what you make as a seller. And I think as a seller, you're not making much. So Sunfrog, if you have a following, I think that would be good to get into.
Cool. Okay, and Max, I believe we touched on the question. He was asking, do you spend money on marketing? And you said that you don't really, but you try some things here and there, correct?
I try, because I want to learn. Most of the money I do spend is getting bundles, fonts, what else? Subscription to some of these websites where they offer, bundles and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have subscriptions where you can, get vectors and stuff like that. So a lot of the money is just mostly spent on, vectors, fonts, and subscriptions to design websites.
And do you do all your designs yourself? You kind of do everything yourself? You create, text, uploading, all you?
Yeah, pretty much. I did try to hire people before, but I always ended up like thinking I could do, not necessarily that I can do it way better, but I was like, oh, okay, I could have done that, or I just wasn't 100% happy with the results, let's say, or it just took too much time, or we didn't have a good communication, or actually most of the time I was just getting ripped off because a lot of these people would just yank an image from the from online and present it as their work, and then I could figure it out. This is not yours. This is from this person. So a lot of just the frustration of trying to hire someone, just got to me, and I was like, no, I want to do this myself. And I enjoy designing it. Maybe the whole uploading and description of it, I don't enjoy that. But actually designing it, I do enjoy it. So I kind of just do it all myself now.
Cool. Yeah, that happened to us as well. We had some designers just like pretend like they made the design, and that really makes me annoyed and mad. Like, how could you, like, we clearly say like do not do copyright like don't copy people, don't just like rip people off, and just for them to just do it anyways, it makes me so mad.
And you can get banned, right? And you can get terminated.
Yeah, like they're putting your account in jeopardy.
Now that I rely a lot, like this is my main source of income, like I'm a lot more careful with what I'm doing. When I initially started, didn't look at trademarks, didn't look if I have a license for anything. I was pretty much creating my own things, but not paying attention as if it was trademark. Now, I wasn't going to put Nike or Disney stuff. That for me was common sense of what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I was aware of maybe trademark phrases or just it was just a whole learning process. Also, this whole merch by Amazon thing for me, right? So now I'm a bit more careful. I do research if I'm not sure if something's trademark, copyright. But if I'm kind of creating my own thing, doing my own thing, I'm most likely sure it's not trademark because it's basically very simple. I do the design, so most likely I don't do that research, like trademark, copyright research, as much as I should. But I am aware of it now. Or before I was.
All right, so you pretty much have a laid back approach to merch by Amazon. You're not as strict as some other people out there with doing like crazy research and trademarks and all that. And it's similar to us. We like to make things as easy as possible. We don't like to complicate things and make them seem like they're so difficult. That's why I like Merch by Amazon so much. And yeah, we do check the trademarks as well through Merch Informer. We'll type in some like a phrase and then we'll see if it's trademarked and stuff like that. But yeah, we don't go too crazy or in depth as well. And I mean, that's been our approach. It's got us to the 1,000 tier. And I find that a lot of people try to make it too complicated, and merch really isn't. Like, it's one of the most basic ways of making money online. It's like, think of a cool t-shirt design, make sure it's original, put it up, put some words that people can find it, and then have it sell organically through Amazon's traffic. It's kind of like the basic method of doing it.
Someone that's just going to start, don't worry too much about these tools and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying they're not good. Sure, a lot of them are, but I think we just complicate things too much to just come up with something very. It's hard to, right? Because I think it's very competitive now, especially now that there's a limit where people have a 10 tier, or they only have so many designs. But you kind of have to try to stand out and trying to be a bit original, and just don't overthink it. If anything, upload, see how it goes, start creating another design, uploading, and you'll get a flow where hopefully you'll have one design that sells, and just kind of think about how, like, why you think that one sold. What was it? Was it because it was big? Was it because it was small? Was it colorful? Did it have a meaning? And then go back into that design and see if you can create something similar, or see if try to analyze what's been successful and try to replicate it. It's a good way to go. Because I've done that a lot. So just how I was saying, I was building like somewhat of a template of a t-shirt design. So eventually I'll figure out that this kind of thing is selling, or this pattern is selling. These colors are doing really well. So we'll go back to that template and work with it again on a different niche, and maybe switch it up, or maybe just change the colors. See if changing colors would make it stand out or have different sales. What I do also post is I do post premium and Anvil. So Bella Canva, I do both for one design. Since I do have, I can upload 40, I tend to upload one, 2 for one design, always.
Oh, interesting. So you do a premium and a regular. So what has been selling for you? Like, do the premium shirts sell?
Oh yeah. They both sell. Like, I do price the premium a bit more, and Anvil, I guess it would be bit less, but they do sell both. I don't really notice too much of a difference for people who just pick the cheaper one. A lot of them are just, the premium one, the Bella canvas one. So I do have a lot of people in that. So if you do have the slots, try to fill out both and see, you never know. Like some designs I sell way more with premium than I do with the normal angle.
Interesting. So you you have one design and you put them on the premium shirt and then the regular one.
And I try to vary the colors as well, right? If I can see the design work with several colors, I try to change both t-shirts, have it a different color. Like I tend to like the pink in the Bella Canva a bit more. So if I'll usually use that color in the Bella Canva. Have it more, I don't know, have it brighter color. I don't know. Just have both of them and work with different color t-shirts they have.
Have you seen the quality of the Bella shirts?
This is a Bella. I'm not sure if this is the one Amazon is using, and I like that.
Oh, cool.
I haven't seen the angle, so I'm not sure how it is.
They're not the greatest quality for sure.
Have you tried Gildan?
I've not from like Amazon or anything, but like I've bought shirts that were Gildan, and they're kind of like regular quality as well.
They're okay, they're so, right? But the Bella I do like, and I think a lot of the comments I do ever get when they have these t-shirts is that has a soft, comfortable feel. And I don't really notice that too much with the Anvil t-shirts.
Yeah, no one ever says it feels great.
Yeah. And most of the time, I do get comments about the quality of the shirt with the Bella.
With the pricing for the Bella, like your profits is it more or less than it when you do the Anvil?
I tend to do just basically $1 less is the Anvil compared to the Bella. If I charge like $99 on the Bella, I'll just do $1 less with the Anvil. That's what I tend to do. Sometimes it's $2 less. I don't really think about it. I just make sure it's like $1 or $2 less than the premium.
Interesting. I haven't heard anyone say that they create. They have one design and they put them in both the premium and the regular shirts. Interesting.
I do have the slots, and I don't think it's against no term, so might as well do it. And I do think the Bellas, they seem to be really nice t-shirts.
Cool. So what would you say to the people who are at the 10 to 25 tier and they're going into Q4? What would you say to them would be their strategy?
Well, focus, like if I was starting off again, I would do several things. Maybe do something related to holidays, something that you like, something that's trending, something related, try to, try different things and see what might work. So when I started, I did a lot of stuff related to dogs and music. And then, once I had a feel, I never really did anything that was trending in holidays. And so I was missing out on a lot of things. Most of my focus was music related and stuff related towards dogs. So as time came by, I realized that trending topics and holidays sell a lot. So, I would just suggest people to try different things, work, see what you're good at. So if you're good at coming up with ideas, use that, maybe hiring a designer. But if you're good at designing, getting help from someone that has cool ideas. It could be, your friend, your wife, your kids, anybody. So just, try different things. And hopefully you'll find a rhythm. It does take time. I think a lot of people are very impatient. It took me roughly 2 years where I'm at, right? Where I'm actually being able to pay my bills and everything with this program. It took me 2 years to do. It's not, you're not going to come in, your fourth quarter and make a lot of money. Now, some people do, because they find that one trending topic or that one, you know, cool saying, and they make a lot of money on just, you know, I guess it's a little bit of luck and hard work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put in the work,
For sure.
lucky, and you know, you'll have, you know, a great income, hopefully.
How long after your when you first uploaded your first shirt, when did you make your first sale?
Well, I wasn't really paying attention, so it was, I guess, 2 Christmas ago, I started uploading designs, and in February, I realized that I was actually getting paid for this.
So you didn't even like log in and notice?
I put t-shirts up. I put probably 10 t-shirts up, and then I let it go. I was doing the FBA thing, so, you know, fulfillment by Amazon. So I was doing eBay. So I was, you know, sending things out, sending packages. A lot of my time was spent on that. So it took me roughly 2 months to realize I was getting paid money, and I noticed it was with Merch by Amazon. So my first pay, I don't know if it was $100 or $50, which was really good for something you're not paying attention to.
Yeah, he didn't even know.
$100 in your bank account, you're like, where is this coming from? You know, like, and when, you know, when you're doing eBay and FBA, sometimes that $100 is a struggle because you're trying to learn and figure out. So, you know, it was fairly quick, but you know, it was gradually growing from that 100 or $50 all the way until now, where, you know, this past month it hasn't really been good. So I'm thinking I'll probably make $3,000.
That's all. Is that after like Amazon
after,
takes their cut?
No. So, but it almost equals out after Amazon gets its cut, right? So I get taxed like 30%.
Yeah, that whole thing.
It almost evens out, right? It almost comes back because of the conversion. So you get converted to Canadian, it almost goes back up.
Yeah.
It wasn't really our best month, and now I'm talking about with me and my wife. Me and my wife have an account.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it is coming from my account because I'm putting most of the work in. She has her own job. But our best month we did like 4,000. So
that's awesome.
That was in May.
Yeah, May was a good month. May was a good one. I remember.
Then it just kind of trickled down, and then just kind of a roller coaster ride of up and down. And hopefully, you know, now it's fourth quarter and it'll go back up, and most people's numbers hopefully be double what they're doing.
I know.
My experience from last Christmas, my numbers doubled. Where I was last Christmas, I made $4,000.
And how many shirts did you have up at that time last Christmas?
Oh, probably 1,000. I've had the 2,000 tier for a while, and I probably had 1,000 t-shirts, and I made like 4,000.
Nice. That was Canadian, or you convert that into Canadian?
Well, you'll have to deduct it and then convert it. But just checking on my earnings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So Dawn made a comment here. She says, Daniel, there are freight forwarders who can give you an address in the US. That is what I used for AMS setup.
Okay.
And then she said, there are some print-on-demand sites that are not the most easy to use. I tend to stay away from some of that. It's what your comfort level is versus if there's organic traffic or if you have to drive traffic to it. So I agree. Now we're only doing merch and Redbubble because I don't want it to get too crazy. We still have lots of slots to fill on merch, so I need to focus on that more. And then I spend some time on Redbubble, but not as much as merch. And it really depends on you and your time, and if you're willing to re-upload the same designs and stuff over and over again, because it's very tedious. It's a very tedious thing to do. All right, got some more questions here. Let's see here from Max. They said they missed the beginning. How long did it take you to get to your current level? 2,000? How long did it take you to get there? You said you've been on there for a while.
I've been on it for a while, but I've uploaded, and I've also taken a lot of t-shirts down because I've actually had like, I guess, some scares of losing my account. One time I was uploading a lot of soccer-related t-shirts, and I think it was like the World Cup or something like that, and I was doing really well. But then I was getting some of them taken down, and so I just decided to take the whole thing down because I didn't want to lose my account.
Mm-hmm.
So and we don't have clear answers of why some things are taken down and why some things are not taken down, and you see they're up there for who knows how long. And it took me 2 years, but I've had the 2000 tier for a while, but I guess I haven't been able to get out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been at the 1000 tier for a while, and it's just like they always remove a bunch of shirts and you're just climbing back up again, and it's just like, oh my gosh. I feel like what do you call it? I use the term with the salmon here in BC because we always have the BC salmon swimming upstream when the water's coming down on them. That's the analogy I always think of when a bunch of shirts get taken down. They said, okay, so sorry.
But I know I've heard of some people that are moving up pretty quick, but most of these people, you do have teams, like they'll hire designers because you do need to keep filling up your designs daily if you wanna get out of those tiers really quick. It's possible, but but as a, I guess, solopreneur, someone that's just working by themselves, it will take a bit more time. But if you can surround yourself with a team just like yourself, I think you can move a lot faster.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, you definitely can. It makes it a lot easier when you have other people who are on the same page as you and you each have your own specific thing that you're good at. But yeah, like I've always been saying, we do this part-time because we have our other things, YouTube channel. Maria has a job. So, I mean, we've been able to get it here part-time. We meet literally once a week for like 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. And we just do our thing in that time, uploading. Lately, we've been trying to meet twice a week, but that's pretty much all the time that we do. And on our own time, we'll think of designs. And when we get to the meetings, then we have like some substance to work with. But pretty much that's all the time that we use to work on merch. Got a question here from Banshee Apps. What Shopify apps are you using, if any, and have you tried the T-Launch app?
I haven't tried a T-Launch. So most of the stuff I've used is Prixie for like a banner advertisement, or I guess it's also for building a email list. I've used Printful. So I've had my issues with it, but overall I like Printful. What else? The newest one I've been trying out is called Spreader. So what it does, if you go to an Amazon product, you copy the URL, you go to Spreader, and you paste it there. It'll throw the product into your Shopify store. So that's good. So you're gonna need to be an affiliate. You're gonna be an affiliate with Amazon. So if someone clicks on your website, gets thrown to Amazon, and they buy it, you get your commission, right? You understand what I'm trying to say? Or?
So you use Spreader, you take an Amazon link, you put it in there, and then I forgot what it does on Spreader.
So from Spreader, it'll import it into your Shopify store. So you connect it to your affiliate link with Shopify. You need an associate's account. So you can build Amazon Shopify affiliate store.
And then you need to drive traffic to that Shopify store.
So you can sell your own products, like I'm trying to sell my t-shirts, but you can also sell other people's products.
So do you do like I've never done Shopify or anything like that. So you've got to have a theme for that store? and then put the same kind of shirts? Is that how it works?
Well, you'll
Like,
you pick a theme, right? So there's several free ones as well. And what I'm currently doing is trying to market my own T-shirts and other people's. So if let's say I build a Shopify Halloween store,
mm-hmm.
I can upload my T-shirts, and I can upload other people's T-shirts, and I can upload other products with the spreader account. So, but with Shopify, it's just like, I don't know if you use WooCommerce to build
No,
a,
I've never used that before.
yeah. So it makes building a online store a lot easier. Yeah, and they have options. Some people do like it, some people don't. But, I like it. It's really good for what it does. It's not the cheapest thing out there. I think I forgot how much it is, 30 or 60 bucks a month. So it's a bit of
Crazy. All right, another question here. Oh wait, does Amazon take out taxes? Yes, they do. And then they said, or should you put money aside for the taxes?
Well, depending on where you're located, you'll get taxed out. You'll have to pay some taxes or not, and it all just depends on you. So I will have to put some money aside to pay my taxes here in Canada. So it just depends on your location. But you should take some money aside so you can pay your taxes in your country. But you'll have to research. So I'm pretty sure every place is different. Every city, province, country is different, right? So you have to do your own research with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have to do that, yeah.
For Canadians, they take out the 30%. Is that the same with you?
Yeah, so they take out 30%, yeah. And then you'll have to declare what you're making to the Canadian government with that, and they'll take something.
Mm-hmm. Another question from Max. What do you think about the current rumors about the whole shirt description, fit, quality? You know, those, what's been going on there?
I heard that. Well, I don't know what to do with that. Like, I'm not going through my whole listings and trying to change them. I haven't had anything taken down or rejected. So, I will, keep an eye.
Sorry, you didn't have anything?
No,
You didn't have anything taken down?
so I have, 1,500 t-shirts up. Nothing got taken down. I do mention sizes. So I was a bit worried. I do mention, especially if I do a t-shirt that's kind of targeted towards a kid, I'll mention this is for kids or kid sizes, stuff like that. I do mention that. But I haven't had anything taken down. And I don't use anything related to, delivery, if it's prime or not. Or I don't mention anything about the quality of the t-shirt. So I'm not too worried. The only thing that I read about this or on the thread or on Facebook or on YouTube is, sizes. That's the only thing that I could see that I might be doing wrong, but I'm not gonna go and edit all my listings. I'm hoping it's not really gonna affect me. Because you see this, a lot of times we worry about things that aren't really happening, right? Like we get scared of someone gets something taken down and everybody's giving their theory of why, right? Why it might be. But luckily, and I'm also trying to keep things simple, in my listing. So I'm not going too crazy with quality, shipping. No, I just totally description wise is what it looks like, what it might be for, and where you might wear it.
Yeah.
So I don't talk about quality. I don't really talk about if it's on Amazon Prime. So I think those were the main issues with what I heard about that.
Yeah, we never got any shirts taken down, and we never mentioned the quality, but we do mention for a looser fit, like choose a size up. We do say that like on almost all of our shirts, and we never got anything taken down. And then we just describe who this shirt would be best for. Like if it's like a shirt geared towards teachers, we'll say something like, this will be great for your favorite teacher or something like that. We'll say something like that, and we haven't had anything taken down, and I know that a lot of people are like scared right now, but I think that if you're not saying anything, like the whole, like to me it was common sense to not mention anything about Prime or mention anything about shipping or anything like that, because Amazon does that kind of thing. So yeah, we're not really too worried. I mean, we do have the rejections every now and then. Do you get rejections on shirts?
Not as often as I was getting. And also it's because I didn't look into trademark and stuff like that. One time I did, I don't know if you know Movember in
yes,
November.
yeah.
So I started doing t-shirts around that theme, not knowing that it all would get rejected. So that was my biggest rejection, where I uploaded like 4 designs and I got them all rejected. And then I realized it was trademarked. You know, so besides that, I had a few taken down because of some soccer t-shirts I did. So I got those taken down. So I kind of started staying away from sports. I started, you know, keeping an eye on things like that. So I have had taken down, but luckily in the past several months, nothing. And hopefully I won't be taken down because of the size, because I do mention sometimes the size. And I think it would be good to mention the size. You would, because a lot of the complaints and bad comments people do leave is because of sizing. You get a few comments where it's like, I love this t-shirt, but the size is totally off. Or
like it shrank.
Or this is for my little niece, but it's extra large. And sometimes I think also Amazon screws up with some of the stuff, because, you know, I hear things where the totally different size, totally different color t-shirt, or so there are, you know, things you can't control. But yeah.
Cool. All right, we're nearing the end here. We've got about 10 minutes. So if you have any last minute questions, get them in. Oh, just got another one here. This is a cool question. How would you like to see the platform change? For example, communication or seller support. What would you like to see in the future with Amazon as far as products are available? So what other, first question, would you like to see anything change on the platform, improved? And what kinds of other products would you like to see?
I would like the communication to get a lot better. You know, you see some websites, they have their little thing where you can chat with somebody.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that.
Where if you're not sure about something, or you can have someone just kind of tell you, I wouldn't do that, or like, yeah, you're on the right path, or, you know, someone that could guide you. And I've also heard actually someone put this on a Facebook post where it's like, would you give away a certain amount of your royalties to improve this platform, right? So they can hire something like this, like a customer service people. You know, because it's going to cost them money if you have like someone there that could answer your questions. So people be willing to, you know, give away a little bit of their earnings to have, you know, customer service for them. I think it would be kind of worthwhile. So definitely the communication would probably be the number one thing most people would want, no?
Yeah, I'd like it so that we can actually contact them like we can with FBA. I noticed for FBA in the US, it's not, you can't really call, like do the calling thing. But in Canada, like they'll call us all the time. Like I can always get someone on the phone when I'm dealing with my account in Canada. But in the US, I usually need to do email. So I thought that was weird. But yeah, that chat thing, I love it when companies have that live online chat. It makes things so much easier. And what kinds of products other than t-shirts would you like to see?
I think hoodies, the onesies. I wouldn't mind seeing dog stuff, dog apparel. Like I'm not really picky about what all that stuff, but like I would like to see hoodies, beanies, hats, whatever they can come up with, right? I'm not crazy about mugs and stuff like that. So, but I wouldn't say no. Like if whatever they come up with, I'm all down to coming up with designs for it, right? Like maybe even posters, right? Like people can come up and start printing their own posters.
Yeah, Redbubble's got so many things on there.
Even stickers, I've been selling a lot of stickers. Maybe I'm cool with whatever. I'm sure everything is going to be more towards apparel. So probably hoodies, different types of t-shirts.
I think like hoodies for me, just because I think you can price them more and probably get more of a profit out of them. And then hats, I think, would be really cool because I know that people are really into hats, and tank tops too, I think would be good. But yeah, whatever. I mean, they're gonna bring in the products that obviously make them really good profits. So I'm sure they're working on deals, and
I'm sure they're going to take advantage of the machines they're buying and see what they're capable to printing on. I'm not sure if they're just strictly garments or if they can do other stuff. But yeah, hopefully they'll come up with something. I was hoping last year they would come up with something.
Yeah, they are taking their time. One thing that I would like to see from Amazon with the whole Merch by Amazon thing is having like international shipping. Yeah. If they could just open it up to everyone, that would be awesome, and not just Americans. But I know that it's going to probably cost them a lot to ship to other countries and stuff, but that would be really cool if they could implement that, like kind of like how Redbubble can ship anywhere in the world, but we do get much lower profits on that end. So that would be my thing for them to improve. All right, last couple of minutes here. Do you have any advice for the people out there going into Q4? You are doing very well on merch. This is like your main thing. This obviously, like you said, this pays your bills. This is your main thing. Well, how do people get to your point? How do they get to where you are?
It's just being patient and learning, taking advice from other people, not just, taking the word of mouth from one person, or just, you have to listen to different people. Different people have different strategies. My strategy is totally different from a lot of other people are doing. And you just kind of find where you're comfortable at. And, you have a lot of groups. You have a lot of, I guess, people that are doing YouTube videos, and see where you're a match with. So if you're more of a designer, try to focus more on that. If you're good at ideas, try to team up with a designer or learn a software. Kind of try to see where you're good at and then focus on that, and maybe you can build a team or just improve your own skills and do your own thing. I think you just have to, be honest to yourself, because if you're not a good designer, but you really want to be a designer, it might take you a bit more time, right, to figure things out. But just learning, I think a lot of information is out there. Keep your mind open. Don't let people tell you you can't do something. I'm sure a lot of people are surprised of how much success they've been had in this platform, not knowing, those skills they had to get there, right? I've heard a lot of cool stories of people not knowing anything about design, or sometimes even e-commerce stuff. They're in the right place, right time. They learned the right things, and they put in the hard work, right? So, skip watching that movie, or putting that extra, waking up a little bit early and doing something. It's those little things that count, because we're all busy, but you just have to take that one moment, either waking up early or staying up a little bit more late, and learning and implementing what you're learning.
I agree, and give you guys a real life example here. Someone who's watching this, Dawn, she is from Saskatchewan, and she had no prior experience like at all. She was doing FBA as well, and she had no experience in that, and she just got to a point where she was doing like 1 to 2K a month on FBA with like used like video games and video game consoles, and she messaged me about her success, and then she saw that, you know, I was talking about merch. Again, she had no prior experience, and then she got into it, and now she's like on the 1,000 tier, like the same as me, and I'm just like blown away by how she got there. No design skills, no sales skills, no e-commerce skills, no business skills, like no prior experience, but she's killing it right now. So it doesn't matter if you are a graphic designer like Daniel, or if you know how to do SEO like we do. Like, you could have no skills at all. So don't let that stop you. That is a real life example. Where can people find you, Daniel, if they want to reach out to you?
I have a YouTube channel, UGR. So you find me there. From there, I have a few of the links on my social media. So that'll be the best way to find me. And hopefully I'll be making more videos on my channel. So talking about e-commerce, and also just I want to hopefully be focusing more on me learning how to be a better artist. So hopefully that will be coming up in the future as well.
Cool. Okay, so on YouTube, it's UGR. Yeah. You just type that in and they can find you?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Make sure, yeah, we'll put the link in the description if you can't find it in YouTube. But yeah, this is the end of the video. If we haven't answered any of your questions, put them in the comment section below, and either myself or Daniel will come and answer them. And as always, guys, stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.